Let's start prepping that Love, Simon review.
Jackson!
What was that?
Jackson!
Seriously, where is that coming from?
I'm right here, man.
Oh my god! It's the Loot Crate Godzilla plush. What do you want?
Well, I couldn't help but notice you're about to review Love, Simon.
Yeah? And?
Come on, man. You know what review people really want to see.
Yeah, I know. Truth is, I haven't seen 50 Shades Freed yet.
No, not that one.
Oh, Gotti. Gotti is coming up very soon, I can guarantee that.
No, man. It's a review people have been looking forward to from you for a while now because of a little film that came out last year.
What else can we talk about? Truth or Dare?
Peter Rabbit! People want to know about Peter Rabbit!
Oh yeah, that one. I gotta be honest with you, I don't really know how to talk about that film.
Okay, I see what's going on here.
You do?
Indeed. It's because Peter Rabbit is made by Sony, the creators of last year's quote-unquote hit film The Emoji Movie, a film so awful it was panned by basically everyone who saw it. But in order to be different from everyone else, you decided to make a sarcastic review saying it was the greatest film you'd ever seen. But it didn't end there. You kept that joke going on for so long that not only did you put it on your best of the year list, but then you also started to hype up this new Peter Rabbit film, because it looked like another awful kids film from Sony, and you thought you could meme it up like you did the Emoji Movie. But now you're starting to realize that it's been almost a year since the joke started, and maybe it's time for the meme to officially die.
Wow, man. That is completely inaccurate.
Wait, what?
I still love the Emoji Movie, and I still think that Sony is the best film company working today. Nah, my main problem with reviewing Peter Rabbit is that it wasn't a masterpiece like the Emoji Movie.
So you're really not letting this go? You're still gonna run with this?
Oh, I'm just so confused, little plush thing.
Okay, well, why don't you start with sorting the positives from the negatives? Start positive for now.
Okay, well, for positives, I do think the CGI was pretty well handled. Sure, there are those moments where you know the animals aren't actually there, but for the most part I thought they were very well detailed. Not only that, but when they occasionally use a 2D style of animation to match the books, it also looks very visually pleasing. Margot Robbie, Elizabeth Debicki, and Daisy Ridley were all entertaining as those rabbit sisters. They aren't anything deep, but I thought they were a fun presence. Domhnall Gleeson was surprisingly very good here. Sure, he does act overly violent towards the rabbits in his garden, but they actually do manage to create a great character arc for him and made the character more deep than I thought they would. There are some pretty clever jokes here and there that I really appreciated, especially if it had a meta bite to it. The slapstick is pretty inventive and well staged, even if they do use CG at a couple points to achieve some stunts. And the score by Dominic Lewis actually fit the film pretty well. But speaking of the music, I guess I gotta get into the negatives now.
Go ahead. Let it all out.
As good as the score was, the soundtrack absolutely ruins this film whenever they insert a bunch of random pop music that's only there to pander to children. There's a handful of jokes that I thought didn't work and only made some of the characters more unlikable. James Corden's vocal performance fit the Peter Rabbit character very well, but the character as a whole was on and off for me. A few times they did something clever and charming with him, and then they would make him someone you don't want to follow because he does something very unlikable and unsupportable. Now, of course, his character does have an arc, but at one point before the end of the second act, Peter acknowledges what his main issue is. This takes away from him learning a lesson in the third act. because if he already knows what his issue is, then what's for him to learn, since he basically already explained it to himself before even more dramatic events occurred. Domhnall Gleeson and Rose Byrne do have good chemistry, and Rose Byrne is good in the film, but I couldn't help but feel that her character was just a little underwritten and didn't really have much to her overall. And of course, it has those family film cliches concerning rivalries turning into friendships, a musical number to end the film in the credits, and a kinda abrupt ending, surprisingly, considering where the film decided to end. So you see what I mean? I wanted to love this film as much as the Emoji Movie, but for everything that I really liked, they did something else that I didn't really like.
Well then, what grade would you give it?
I don't know, man. I could watch it again. It's a fine film for families, but it still has a ton of issues holding it down, so I guess I can give Peter Rabbit a C+.
And that's how you review this film.
Oh my god. I do know how to talk about this film. Thank you, Godzilla Plush!
My name's Garrett? Like Garrett? Garett?
Oh, well, I just assumed because it says Godzilla on your tag, so I thought that was like your name.
Well, yeah, I got a tag, but come on, man, I have my own personality.
Well, Garrett, thank you for helping me piece my thoughts together. Now I know how to tell my audience that this is not the next Emoji Movie masterpiece. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a review to film.
Go get him, Tiger.
Alright, you got this. Get this all ready. Alright. Peter Rabbit.